I'm going to show you how to make a Mexican soup, or Mexican rice, I'm sorry. This is just how I make it. I take my water that the rice calls for, and I get that to where it's hot and boiling. So there's my water. Right here I have my rice, and my rice I'm going to let it brown, and you have to be careful because it will burn really easily. So I have it on a low flame, and I just keep stirring it, and it's going to get toasted. I don't want to keep my metal spoon in there because when you go to grab it, your spoon's going to be very hot. And then in this pan, I have olive oil and I don't know, about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. I'm making enough for 6 servings. So I think I have a 1.5 cups of rice, 2 cups of water, 5 or 6, 7, doesn't matter, cloves of garlic, and I just pour olive oil in the bottom of the pan. I don't really have a recipe for it. I just, maybe it's a 1/4 cup. So when my rice is done and it's browned, I'm ready to put it in here. And when it's nice and toasty, I take and I add it to my olive oil and my garlic. And then at that point I put a teaspoon of salt, and I use this Bill's Best Chickenist seasoning. It's kind of like a chicken flavor, but it's, as you can see, a vegetarian source. I put about 2 teaspoons, or about 2 teaspoons, and then I put about 1 cup of tomato sauce in here, and then I stir it up, and this is before I add the water still. I'm stirring it and still letting it cook a little bit, stand right here the whole time. And then at that point I'm going to put my water in with my rice, and then I'm going to let it come to a boil, and I'm going to stir it, and then I'm going to put my lid on it, and I'm going to put it to extra low for 20 minutes, and just set the timer at 20 minutes. Do not lift the lid, just leave it sitting here. And when you get done, you will have Mexican rice, and it is wonderful. It's great. My family loves it. So I'll be back and show you at the next point of when I'm ready to start adding stuff. Okay, here you can see I added my rice and the tomato sauce. I'm still letting it kind of cook, and then I'm going to add my spices. Okay, I added my spices, and I'm just stirring them in. It smells really good. This is like the best rice. There's probably all different ways to make this kind of rice, but my friend showed me how to make this from someone she knows from Mexico. So this is how I make it, and it tastes so good. Okay, so my rice is here, and then I'm going to take my water. My water's nice and hot, and I'm going to add my water to the rice. I'm going to let this come to a boil. Ooh, I really turned up the stove. So make sure it's nothing's sticking to the bottom. Okay, when it starts boiling like this, just take and turn it down and put your lid on. And turn it down to low. And set your timer for 20 minutes. And you should have Mexican rice when we're done. Okay, my timer is going off. Yep, there it is. That is done. So I'm going to turn off my lid, and sometimes it just helps to let it just sit here and steam. So that's the Mexican rice. It's done, and I hope you